So far, probably the most successful video on my channel in my eyes is the first Baseball's Biggest Problem video. Not only did the video perform well, but it served its purpose. Let's just say that some very important people saw it. But baseball's biggest problem is still not solved, as you will see in this video. We are going to be discussing a few things in this video, but it will all tie together at the end, so I hope you all enjoy Baseball's Biggest Problem, Part 2. Recently, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred has been under fire for some comments that he has made about the game's best player, Mike Trout. For those of you who don't know, Mike Trout is currently having one of the best statistical seasons in baseball history, and is genuinely a good person. Manfred said that Trout's lack of popularity among casual sports fans is due to the fact that he hesitates to be in activities that would promote him. And the thing is, Manfred is right. Trout isn't that popular compared to other sports stars. However, if Trout doesn't want to promote his brand in his free time and rather be with his family or doing charity work or whatever he wants to do, that is Mike's choice. But Manfred said this statement knowing that it brings up a bigger issue. Why aren't baseball's biggest stars bigger names? The fact that I have to bring up who Mike Trout is earlier in the video should be alarming, but I think that some changes are starting to be made. Baseball has and always will have a sort of historical culture to it. After all, it is known as America's pastime. But as baseball continues to get younger fans and players, we are starting to see some sort of shift. Players' personalities are starting to be shown off more and more than ever before. And the most recent examples of players' personalities being shown off was during All-Star Week. We did see Harper show off quite a bit of personality last week. The home run derby had multiple shots backstage of Harper messing around, and he showed up with that thing around his head, and of course, this bat flip.
There it is! Center field, and Bryce Harper has thrown his bat in the...
And also, Harper's interview during the All-Star game was pretty entertaining as well.
I could have caught that, Bryce. I bet you could have.
But compare that to Trout's interview.
Behind Severino on the mound, you've seen this guy enough. He is really matured.
I'm just happy he's on our team.
To me, this spoke volumes on why Bryce Harper is a bigger name than Mike Trout. Even though Trout is the best player in the league, Bryce has more personality and he cares more about his brand than Trout does. As Trout said, he just wants to play baseball, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a requirement for baseball players to promote their personal brand. Again, that isn't a shot at Trout, that's just what he wants to do. But Trout's lack of stardom isn't the only thing that Manfred has spoke on, as he also said that MLB wants to, quote, own the next generation of sports fans, and he thinks a part of getting that generation of sports fans is to continue to introduce pace of play. For those of you that know me know that I have already spoken very publicly about my displeasure of Manfred's pace of play rules currently in place and the rules he wants to put in. Manfred also went on to say that baseball might have to consider a rule that would limit the number of pitchers a manager could use in an inning, but the rule is just dumb. But let me tell you right now, pace of play is not the problem, and it's not even close to being the problem. Baseball's pace of play did need some fixing up, I'll admit that, and baseball has been getting faster over the past few years, but right now, it's fine.
Why not put a little clock that you gotta stay in the box?
Oh, man, come on, Colin! That's the only thing that separates our game from everything else!
Nit Swisher, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Baseball isn't a time sport, and it never was designed to be a time sport. And it's not like the game times are even that long anyways. This season, the average time for a 9-inning baseball game is 3 hours and 58 seconds. Compare that to the NFL where the game time is 3 hours and 12 minutes, and I don't really see what the problem is regarding game time, because the real problem is offense. We all know about the rise in homers, as last season the record was set by the league for the most home runs in a single season, and as most of you know, the strikeout percentage has also risen in the last few years. This season, the strikeout percentage is 22.2%. Compare that to only 8 seasons ago, where it was only 18.5%. Now, to most of you, that may not seem like a lot, but trust me, it is very noticeable. So with the rise of home runs and strikeouts, for a lot of players, baseball has become less of a put the ball in play sport and more of a hit it far or don't hit it at all sport. And a lot of players that do hit the ball, hit it in the shift and then fail to get on base. But I want you to think about this. Whether a player gets on base from a single, a double, or a triple, to me, it is more exciting than a home run, and to the casual fan, I think it would be as well. Because a home run, a player hits it, 5 seconds later or less, it's into the seats, and then, what? The player jogs around the bases, that's it. However, if a player hits a single, or double, or triple, the possibilities of scoring and RBIs for the next few batters go way up, which means the inning gets more exciting. If a player hits a triple, it could be a close play at third base, or, a sac fly from the next batter. He could throw it in, there could be a play at the plate. There are thousands of possibilities for how the inning could go with a runner on base rather than just a home run. So with less of this offense, there have been calls of possibility of removing the defensive shift entirely. But I don't really think the problem is the shift. I think the problem is the batter. Look, the shift does add another level of strategy to the game, but they are also only there because the batter keeps hitting it there. I mean, look at this shift on Joey Gallo. Just bunt it somewhere over there and you could get on base easily. And on top of that, you can lower your 35% strikeout percentage. The next big thing in baseball will be a rise in value for players that hit to all fields, since after all, they get on base and they won't get shifted on. I'm going to finish off this video from where it started. The idea for making part 2 to baseball's biggest problems came from watching First Take, and believe it or not guys, they were actually talking about baseball.
Rob Manfred was on Go Look and Wingo saying it needs more social media. The truth of the matter is social media is highly overrated.
Well, what have I been doing for the past year of my life? I've had people tell me that they got back into baseball from watching my videos. I've had people tell me that live all across the world that watch my videos, that have been following baseball through my channel and other baseball channels as well. And I myself have become a hardcore fan of the NBA by watching guys like Mike Korzemba. So I will have to disagree with this statement. However, what he has to say before that is very interesting.
This is what baseball needs. It just needs more stars, more drama, more controversy.
The classic baseball needs more drama doesn't really go with the traditionalist ideas of baseball itself. However, as far as storylines go, that is completely different. At the end of the day, sports is entertainment, right? We wouldn't watch sports unless it was entertaining. Game 7 of the 2016 World Series. Madison Bumgarner's historic October in 2014. Alex Bregman's Game 5 walk-off last year. Moments like these are why we watch sports. Moments like these are why we watch baseball. We want to cheer, cry, and celebrate. And with baseball, a bunch of men and women spitting sunflower seeds can feel these things. Well, at least the ones that understand it.
I actually agree. Baseball is horrible. It's nothing more than white noise.
It should be clear to everyone here that this guy has no idea what he is talking about. Not only does he say that baseball is horrible, but he also goes on to say this.
One big fix, they have to speed the game up. I want to see a shot clock as a fan. We have a shot clock, it makes our game a lot faster.
Guys like this are the problem with baseball. These are the same guys saying that baseball is too boring, and then the commissioner's office is flooded with ideas of speeding the game up and making changes to a masterpiece of a sport when these guys don't even know anything about it. Baseball fans that actually like baseball understand the game on a deeper level than balls and strikes, and that is something that a lot of people are missing. That is the key factor. If we could get people, whether they are casual baseball fans or not baseball fans at all, to go and watch a baseball game and then eventually understand more than just the 3 outs, the 9 innings, the 3 strikes. Whether it is through individual player marketing or through watching baseball creators on YouTube, that is how you get the sport of a generation. Not by changing something that has worked for over 100 years. Thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I know topics like these can be kind of touchy for people, so if you have any other ideas, or if you want to talk to me about something I said, be sure to leave a comment in the comments section below. And the next few days I'm going to be on vacation, so there won't be any videos out, but I am going to be writing videos while I'm on the road, so there should be a lot more content coming out when I get back. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.